What is up, YouTube? Don't forget to save, aka Sam, back at you for a Tuesday video here, guys. Gonna continue on the Constitution thing here. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think it's important to know your Constitution, but also know your history, because the two kind of go hand in hand. So, with all that said, guys, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Don't forget to let freedom ring. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button and a notification bell so you guys can get videos like this first. Leave me a comment. Agree, disagree, doesn't really matter to me. I'm open to every argument. So there is my pocket copy of the Pocket Constitution. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a recap real quick, because I want to enunciate some things here with Article 1, what it means. And so we're going to do that right now. So Article 1 states, all legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a House, Senate, and House of Representatives. So basically, if I boil this down into the simplest terms I can, the Congress is responsible for all lawmaking policies in the United States of America, the House and the Senate. And they are up for vote. In fact, this is an election year for Congress. Now, here's the deal. If you don't like what your Congress is doing, you can vote them out every other session, basically, every other year. Now, a lot of people in Congress right now will complain about that. And to those people, I say it should be every year. It should be every single year. You should have to be up for vote. So that way, you know, because like with a lot of these like judicial branches and stuff like that, you know, they're not voted in. So like they're really, there's no accountability there. However, with Congress, there's a lot of accountability. But in the power of making laws, there's a lot of power. You know, it's a dangerous power as well. So this is why it should be a recurring up for election thing, because there's accountability there. You're accountable to your constituents and to your people that are electing you. So I think that's a good thing. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. You know, I hear there's other countries, you know, out there like Russia for right now. I'm not going to get into it, guys. The point is, it's a good thing that every 2 years we get to vote a new Congress, because that's like when it comes to lawmaking, that's where the buck begins and ends. So moving on to Section 2 here. The House of Representatives, I can't get this very close here. Sorry, guys. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year. As I mentioned, I kind of started on Section 2 with that, I guess. And the electors in each state will have the qualification requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. Okay, so here's some of the requirements. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of the state in which, I think this is written wrong. What this is saying is that basically you inhabit the state that you represent at the time you're elected. It's just weird old English that makes it sound really bad or wrong. But anyway, yeah, so you have to be 25 years of age, and I'm just reading down here. Okay, so we're going to get into that first. Okay, so stop here. So, yeah, the requirements to get into, you know, obviously to get into Congress, you got to be 25 years old, be a citizen of 7 years, and you have to, well, you have to be in the state where you're representative, but you don't have to be of the congressional district that you're representing, if that makes any sense to you guys. Like, you can be in the state but not be in the part you represent. So that's a kind of a cool little fact about it. So and then we go on down here. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included in this union according to the respective numbers. So, you know, and this goes on down. I'm going to get to the 3/5 thing here in a second. So, basically, most of you probably already know this. I'm putting this out as general information. The the number of representatives, I think the cutoff is 435. Like that's the most representatives that any single state can have by constitution, I believe. Or I don't know if that's an amendment at some point. We'll get to the amendments. There's one coming up here in the 3/5 rule. But anyway, going back to my point here, the bigger your state, the more representatives. Like if you're a bigger state like California, you're going to have more representatives than, say, a state like Iowa. We have a lot less people, so there's less representatives. So, that's basically how they do that. That's why we have a census every 10 years or whatever it is. So, okay, so going back down here, we'll get to the okay. So these numbers will be shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. Now, this is referring to slavery, and again, this is where history comes into it. Now, I've had people comment on my constitutional video, my previous one, that we are a constitutional republic. The moment that General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox, that all went out the window, if you're asking my take on that. However, this 3/5 rule was changed by Section 2 of the 14th Amendment, which, as we all know, was post-Civil War. So, yeah, that's a good thing. Basically, this means that, everybody, regardless of skin color, should be equally represented by the representatives. And, a lot of people may say that, that's not exactly happening. And I can see that argument. And I know that maybe some people don't like that. But again, I'm reading to you what the Constitution says and the amendments. I'm not here to make my opinions as much as I am to read what this says. So, and yeah, that just finishes us off. It shows when they take office, basically Monday, the first Monday in December, I'm thinking it says. The actual, wait, no, skip the page there, hold on. Okay, never mind. So the actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States and within every subsequent term of 10 years. So, 10-year census in such manner as they shall by law direct. So the number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least 1 representative until such enumeration shall be made. The state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island, and Providence Plantations. Again, this is pre-Civil War, so like these things have been amended. 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment. And that goes into the impeachment. You guys have been aware of all like the impeachment stuff throughout the years. So I don't, Congress always votes. I think you need 3/4 majority, I believe, to impeach a president, for example. But I won't get too far into the impeachment things because that is the end of Article 2. So we recapped Article 1 and we did Article 2. Let me know your guys' thought. Is this a good way to do things? Like I said, I'm in favor of term limits all the way around because term limits equal accountability. No term limits, if you're appointed, there's no accountability. And that's part of why the bigger a government gets, the more, these things come into question. So, I get that side of it as well. Again, I'm not looking at this from either end. I'm looking at reading it as it's written down in the Constitution. So anyway, guys, it's already been on 10 minutes now, and I could ramble on about this all day. If you guys love the Constitution, you guys, want to know more of your rights, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell. Until next video, guys, live your hobby and we'll love you back. Peace.